Hey everybody, and welcome back to Investment Honey, where we talk about various crypto projects. Hope everybody is enjoying the start to 2025 and that you had a good New Year's last night, going into today. With that being said, if you're new to the series, thank you so much for joining. And not sure where you came from, whether it was a suggested video or somebody just telling you about the series or just something that you found through YouTube search, but we're happy to have you as part of the series. And if you're new, or not new, but if you're somebody that's returning to us, continue to follow along in the series. Again, we thank you so much for doing so. With that said, if I sound a little nasally, I'm still trying to go ahead and get over whatever this thing is that I have. But, that's life. But with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and get into this. Before we do, if you're new, definitely encourage you to go back to day 1 of the series so that you can kind of get the flow of how things are going to go, introductions and all that, sort of stuff. So, but we're going to go ahead and get some review, done and over with, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the discovery part of the video, where we discover, what's going on in Dexscreener, see if we can catch some early opportunities. So let's start out, here with Chrono Effector. So we go straight, to the chart. We can see what it's kind of looking like in an upward trend, with some, some sell candles, obviously, and we can see some returning buy pressure, sell pressure, and, so it's kind of balanced, even though we're still sitting right here, but current market cap, look at this one right now, 741K. And if we look at our alerts, where did we find this one? This alert was created 2 days ago. We saw this at 141K. So considering that we saw this at 141K and we're currently at 742, I mean, obviously there have been some pretty decent gains on this one. And obviously what does that do? That highlights the central purpose for why the series is taking place. To find these tokens early, and hopefully we'll be able to take an entry, where we can get in, before it pumps, before it takes off. And that was the case here, so a couple of days ago, we're talking about the 30th, so that would have been down here in these areas, before this went ahead and took off on the chart. So again, good gains on that one. And if anybody, is following any of the alerts that I'm creating, as we go through the series, then obviously, this would have been one where it would have triggered, based on the alert that was set. And if you decided to go ahead and jump in at that point, and ridden the wave upwards, obviously, there would have been pretty decent gains on this one. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close this one out. But before we do, because I don't really need to, follow this one anymore, but I'll tell you what, some of these, kind of curious to see if it's going to keep moving. So we're going to edit the alert. So we're going to go to goes over, and we're currently at 742. All right, and so let's see if it can do, maybe 2 million on this one. 1, 2, 3. So we'll see if it continues to move upwards. All right, so we're going to close this one out, and we're going to go over to Riders. So for Riders, this is a Matt Fury, adventures, oriented themed token. And what was the alert on this one? Looks like this one was, we set an alert at 180K. This was our post market cap at the time that we set the alert. Now this is supposed to go ahead and trigger when it went under 160K. This is disabled, which means that at some point this did trigger. So it triggered 2 days ago, same day that we set the alert. All right. But since then, it's gone on to pretty much kind of hang out in the 200, range. So we can, if we bring this down a bit, we can see that the peak would have been, here at about 300,000. So, I mean, it's made some gains. It's made some moves, since then. Not quite 2x on this one yet, but again, still kind of hanging out here, but just highlighting it, for, just for the purposes of review, to let you know that obviously we set this alert a couple of days ago, and it's been kind of hanging out still above, where we want it to be. And even though it did trigger the under alert, obviously it's staying above the posted market cap, at the time that we found it. So that's good news, right? So we're going to close this one out. Nord AI, this is one that, I found on my own, not on the video, but went ahead and shared it with you guys. And so found it at 1.2, 1.3, something like that. And now we're sitting at 1.4 on the market cap. So still, again, the chart still looks pretty decent, for this one. I still think it's pretty early in regards to this token. And, as far as the alerts are concerned, this is why we keep those alerts, so we can continue to keep an eye, on the token and see what it's going to do. So yeah, just bringing this one up in the course of the review, just so you can kind of see what the chart looks like, here in regards to this particular token. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one here. We're going to close this out. XRP Trump, this is one that we found pretty early, as well. Found this one at 183K. And if we look at the chart, we can see 183K would have been, oh, where is it? About in this area right here. Okay, so this would have been, I think, triggered a couple of days ago, one day ago. Okay, so that would have been on the 31st. And if we look, so here, this is still the 31st. Okay, and then this is the 1st. So here at 183, we're still on the 31st. That would have been down in this area. Okay, so this one obviously went up, touched close to 600. Here, the peak here would have been just over 600K, so 183 to 600K. So there were some gains on this one before this one started to retrace. But again, anybody that decided to copy the alerts, and as I always do, in these videos, I remind people they don't have to. I've never made it a course of of note or opinion that you have to go ahead and copy the alerts. And sorry guys, like I said, I'm a little still under the weather, so try not to go ahead and cough and do all that jazz, while I'm doing the recording. But just kind of bear with me. I just want to make sure I get some content out to you guys. But with that being said, there were some gains on this one. So, congrats to anybody that decided to go ahead and follow the alert and copy that and, kind of keep an eye, on this particular token. We're going to close this one out. And then if we look at the screenshot here, you can see that I took a screenshot, as this one was on the rise. So this, even though we looked at the, the chart just before this screenshot, wanted to at least, highlight to you that, I did take a screenshot of this yesterday as it was continuing to move up. So this is before it hit its high, but it was on the way up to its peak, on that chart. So looked pretty good and wanted to make this part of the review. Here in Dream Big, this one is another one that went on a pretty decent run. And so we saw this one a couple of days ago. The posted market cap was 90K. So 90K a couple of days ago, that would have been what, the 30th, so we're talking about back in this area, at 90K. So, I mean, we're down somewhere in these parts, so lower than this, somewhere around here. Okay. And it retraced, and then all of a sudden it went bananas. Okay. So, and we're talking about bananas, we're talking, it touched over 1 million, on this one. So yeah, this one was one of those, tokens where we got it. It was highlighted early, in this series, in a video on this channel as we're doing it, or as we're covering Dexscreener. And if you were somebody that copied the alert, you kept an eye on this one absolutely went nuts. Okay. So yeah, so congrats to anybody that decided to go ahead and copy the alert and follow this one. But this one did a pretty good job. And the reason why I point these things out is because as you look at what we're doing here in the series, the question is, can you actually do what you say as in regards to finding the next meme coin? You guys have all seen the title card, coming into the video, which is find the next meme coin using Dexscreener. And there have been several examples that have been pointed out through the Dexscreener series that we've done so far. And we've done, I think, 23 days so far of this, where there have been multiple examples where we found tokens that found them early in the video. And if you watched the video and decided to go ahead and copy the alert, you are able to go ahead and ride the token up. Now, that doesn't happen on every token. There have been plenty of alerts that I've deleted, not as part of the video, but, just kind of going through on my own review, looking through the alerts, and I'll go ahead and get rid of them, if it doesn't look like, it's something I need to go ahead and continue to follow. But there are plenty of them or several examples that have been highlighted, through the review, the portions that I go ahead and cover, in a lot of these videos where you can see we caught stuff early and before it pumped and it went up. So yeah, so just keep that in mind, that this is something we'll continue to do, that we never know. When I go ahead and I start looking at these filters, it's not anything preconceived. I go ahead and I, just open up Dexscreener. I put whatever filters we want to go ahead and explore for that day, and we see what's going on, so, and sometimes, we do well, sometimes we don't. But it's always good to highlight the fact that, there have been multiple examples of where we've caught, tokens early and caught them before they decided to go ahead and pump. CT Core, another one. This one wasn't like a meteoric rise or anything, but we caught this one at 152. This, let's see here on the alerts. This would have been a couple of days ago, so we're talking about the 30th. All right, so that would have been here, 152K, somewhere in here, okay? Somewhere around here, okay? And, obviously this one decided to go ahead and come on up, so we're talking about almost 500K here. We're talking about not quite 700, but it's getting close, there, here. So yeah, another one, pretty, got in at a lower market cap entry, when I mentioned it to you on the video. And this one obviously did some retracement. It went up, retraced again, and then went up again. So again, another example of, what's being highlighted, through the series is you catch tokens early before they pump, because that's what everybody wants to do. We all know crypto's about getting in early, so, and like I said so many times before, Dexscreener is the way to go ahead and do it. You just, you just need to know what you're looking for and how to go about it, so, and it's not a guarantee that you're going to win every time, but, hey, you're going to be able to see a lot of stuff early and then make a decision based on what we go through here in the series as to whether you think it would be a good idea to go ahead and jump into their pond or not as far as taking an entry is concerned. So we're going to close this one out, and then this is another screenshot that I took of this one, as it was making a little bit of a run. Okay, and then this one is no longer, this is not part of the review, but I saw this one, I don't know, saw this one earlier today and decided to go ahead and take a look at it, but obviously it's been a token that's been around for a little bit, since the 8th of December. And so here I thought this was a pretty decent, entry point. And so, yeah, just looking at how the chart was going, and you can see there was still buy pressure coming back on this one. So I thought, hey, I'll highlight this one on the channel. It's called Kovu. I did go ahead and set an alert here that alert me when the market cap goes over 5 million, because obviously we're sitting, I think I saw this at 2.5 million. And so it's already, made some movement, 2.5 million to 3.1 so far. Now, I don't know if it's going to get to 5 million, but this is a higher market cap token than we typically talk about, here on the channel. And, some of these, they're going to be higher market cap. That's just kind of the ebbs and flows of crypto. But here, this could get to 5 million, but we don't know. I've set the alert to alert me when it hits to hopefully, if it hits, hits 5 million, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to keep an eye on this one. But I thought I'd go ahead and put it on your radar, as far as, just being in the context of the video. So with that being said, that's going to cover the review portion of the video. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a break just so I can kind of go ahead and just, clear my head, blow my nose, that kind of thing. It's like I said, I feel so nasally as I'm going through this. And then we'll go through the discovery portion of the video. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and let's adjust our configuration, because we got a lot of stuff going on here that, you guys already know if you've been following me for any amount of time, that I don't really care about, as far as what I'm looking at here. So we're going to go straight to our gear, and we're going to adjust that. So we're going to get rid of price, transactions, volume, and makers, because you guys know I like to see the age, and I like to see the 5 minute, 1 hour, 6 hour, and 24 hour. Going to get rid of liquidity, and we're going to click apply. So there we go. We're going to take the 24 hour. It's already been done. So, okay, so this is what we got so far. Then we're going to go straight over to our filters, and we're going to look at both Solana and ETH. Okay. Tell you what, since we're starting out the new year, let's go ahead and let's add base. Okay. So we're looking at 3 different chains right now. Okay. So if you're new, I typically never look at base, but I have been teasing, that I would go ahead and look at base at some point. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and add base to the mix. All right, we don't have to go ahead and do anything here as far as the DEX is concerned, because we've got multiple chains selected. Liquidity, we don't ever touch it. Market cap, we're going to start at 50K. Because again, as you guys know, if it can't touch 50K, probably not worth my time anyway. And since we've got 3 chains, let's go to 250K. All right. So pair age, let's go ahead and let's see what's going on in terms of new stuff. So we're going to go 1 hour to 20 hours. And keep in mind, since we're looking at the new stuff, that typically means that we're going to run into more scams, and nothing unusual about that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and filter them out as we see them, so that we can get to stuff that looks like it's got some potential. And 24 hour change, we're going to go to 10% minimum. So we're going to set that minimum value, and we're going to click apply. So let's see what we got. We've got 58 tokens. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back here, and we're going to go to, let's just do 10 hours. Let's see if we can trim this down quite a bit. All right, so 28. We've trimmed it down quite a bit. Now anything with one of these little blank boxes with a question mark is likely to be a scam. We can open up a couple just to go ahead and show you what I mean by that. And so we can see this token's freezable, automatically indicates it's a scam coin. And this one, GoPlus flagged this token as a honeypot. See what I mean? So for these ones with the box and the question mark, don't touch them, guys, because they are likely scams. So wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. All right. So we're going to go ahead and open up the other ones. Okay. So here we go. And we're just going to, open them up as long as it doesn't have some kind of crazy name to it. I typically don't open anything with like cuss words or, any derogatory names, so, that kind of stuff that we run into, in crypto. So, but the rest of the stuff is fair game as far as I'm concerned. So, all right, that looks like all of it. And the first thing that we're going to do after they open is we're going to take a look at the charts, and we want to make sure they've got it, that they have a Telegram. I don't really care if it's got a Discord. We don't look at the ones with Discord just for the sake of consistency across the content that's being covered on the channel. But, if you see something with Discord and I don't cover it, you can always go ahead and just copy the name, go over here to your search bar, paste it in, make sure you match up. At least, I think they've got the 20, it's one of these, the 1 hour, 6 hour, 24 hour, match it up with the market cap, and then you'll know you've got the right token. Okay, so we're going to go out to the 5 minute because, again, these are newer tokens. 1 minute actually looks pretty decent. So this one does have a Telegram. We'll keep this one. Okay, if the chart looks terrible, though, you guys already know. I'm not going to take a look at it. We're going to go out to the 5 minute here. Maybe the 1 minute looks better. This one looks kind of suspect to me, especially looking at this right here. Tell you what, I think we'll keep it. So even though I'm kind of on the fence about it, this one's an Ethereum token. We can see, WETH right here. Okay, so this one, let's see what's going on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute instead. Retracement heavy, but got some buy pressure right there. Maybe I guess we'll keep it. And this one, this is Katia. So let's see here. Trading sideways for now, but we do get a Telegram. Chilius Maximus. All right, so you guys know that Elon, or maybe you don't know, but Elon, changed his PFP, his picture to Kekius Maximus yesterday. I think he's changed it back to himself again. But if you guys were on chain and you saw a bunch of this Kekius stuff yesterday, that was the reason why that was going on. All right, so we get a Telegram. The chart looks okay. McChicken. All right, let's see what's going on here on the 1 minute, 5 minutes. This one looks like it's in heavy retracement. Not really interested. 27% on the 5 minute, 61% on the 1 hour. That one can go. All right, this one's only got a website, so that one can go. This one, no Telegram. That one can go. No, well, yeah, this one's got a Telegram. So let's go to 5 minutes on this. Maybe a bit of an uptrend. Maybe. We can see, some up and down, up and down. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm looking at 78% in the minus here on the 6 hour. Let's get rid of this one. All right, this one too, not much of a chart to look at, but it's got a Telegram. I don't know. Let's go ahead and what is this? Crypto Soap Fight Club. All right, let's keep it for now. All right, so here on the 1 minute on this one's not looking real good. No socials. So I don't like this one. Okay. So let's see. All right, that covers all of that. So we've got, 6 tokens to go and take a look at. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to head straight into the Telegrams to see, what we can see, in the channels and see if that way may lead us to wanting to, set some alerts. All right, so here we go. Straight to the Telegram. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just get our link. All right, so here's the group, 238 members. We can see evidence of rating. A buy just came in, which is what we want to see. Anything else going on in the pin messages? Some boosts. Okay, that's good. Okay, so and it looks like they boosted more than once, plus trending. So right away, I can already see that this would be one that I would take an interest in, just because there's the team looks like it's already invested, in the token, and trying to grow the overall presence of the token. You can see a massive, buy candle that just came in, and you're also doing rating, which means that, you're trying to encourage community participation as well. So for this one, even though you got this buy candle, we know how it goes with these buy candles. When they go ahead and they spike up like that, you're going to get some sells, especially when you can see that you've got some sell pressure going on, in terms of the chart trend right now. So, but we're currently sitting at, it says 187 over here, but we're at 196 here. So let's set it for 196 and let's keep an eye on what's going on for this one. I'm going to set an under, and the under is going to be at 150 for this one. So, and then the posted market cap is going to be 196. So there's that. And then for the over, okay, the over, let's set it at, 225. Okay. So that one's done there. Okay. So that's going to do it on that one. And then this one, let's take a look at what's going on here. All right. So we do get a portal, which is always helpful to see. I think I might have clicked that twice. Sorry. Under 100 members, no evidence of any rating. We get a buy here at 557 a couple of minutes ago. No trending, so this one I'm more inclined to believe we're probably going to see more retracement on this one. Just have a quick look in there. So I'm not interested in setting an over alert. We're going to set an under on this one. So under in the current market cap, we're looking at 100K. How often do we see that on the token that we're looking at? So this one I'm going to set for 60K because I think there's going to be some retracement on this one. Okay, I think it's going to be heavy retracement in my personal opinion, but I could be wrong. As always, could always be wrong. So this one kind of looks very similar to the last chart we looked at. So we're going to take a look, at the Telegram, see what we got going on. Okay. Here's our link. All right, 48 members, not a lot of members. Okay, trending. So this is a base token. All right, so our first base token of the day. They're sending me a message. What's going on here? Just a welcome message here. All right. So currently trending. Anything going on here? And I don't see any rating going on. So it's just trending to go ahead and get exposure. Oh, and boosted. Okay. So they got a boost going as well. So, okay. So for this one, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll watch this one as well. Currently at 116. And we're going to set an under actually. Excuse me. 116K, and let's set the under at, let's go to 90 for this one. On the under, I think I'm going to leave it at the under. I don't think it really makes any sense for me to set an over just because we're already sitting at the top of the candle. So let's leave that one alone. All right, this one's trading sideways. It's at 62. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so let's go to the general here, and no portal. This is essentially what the what the portal, what the channel is. All right, so 559. That wasn't that long ago. Okay, and what's going on here? Actually, I'll keep going up for a little bit. I don't see any trending though. Okay, this is forwarded from Visionary Labs. Let's translate this to English. Okay, 50% of the supply is locked and rewards staking minimum 3 months. Okay. All right. Yeah, they got some stuff for their X channel too. So I don't see any rating, and not a lot going on here in terms of trying to grow the overall token's exposure. So I'm more inclined to think this is probably going to go ahead and retrace even further. So if we're setting at 62, I'm going to go ahead and make the deviation, pretty decent. So 62, we're going to make this a 30,000 market cap deviation. So 62K. All right, I could be wrong about this, but because I know it's a pretty heavy deviation to look at. All right, so Chilius Maximus. Let's see what we got going on here. We're sitting at 258K on the market cap. Okay, we get a portal. Just click start, and all right, so we're just over 700 members in the Telegram. We already got a buy. That's at 602. That's what's on my clock. Okay, and let's see here. Is this trending or not? I don't know if this is trending, so I'm just looking. I don't really see any evidence of trending yet. Okay, so not much going on in the pin messages area either. So this one, no engagement of the community for raids, either. So I don't really have a lot of confidence that this one's going to continue to go up. I think it's going to come back down. So we're going to set it down and under alert on this one as well. So it goes under. If we're sitting at 245 or 242 actually. Let's set this one at 185K. So this is at 242K. All right. So there we go on that one. And then for SOAP, let's go ahead and let's take a look in the channel. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, so there we go. And no CTO. We got a VC going. Okay, so liquidity locked. We're going to be working with Dexscreener to find a solution. Okay. Position locked successfully in UFTs. So something going on with NFTs on this one. A3 called us. Not really sure who that is, but okay, A3 calls. So who knows? Maybe there's something there as far as that call channel. I have no idea. Let's see here. TikTok. So they got something going on in terms of TikTok. All right. So I mean, they are trying to obviously grow the overall presence of this token. So that's good to see. Small minuses, on the 5 hour and the 1 hour. An under and an over alert makes sense to me on this one. So let's see, goes over, and right now we're sitting at 55K. So really, really small market cap. Let's go ahead and let's do 70K as our indicator for that one. And then on the under, all right, so this is at 55K, and on the under, let's set this one for 25K. Oops, 22500. There we go. So that one's set to. Okay, so that does it for that round of discovery. All right, since we've still got some time to go ahead and keep going on the video, we'll go ahead and we'll do some additional discovery. So we're going to go back into our filters, and we had 1 to 10 hours set. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move this out a bit further, and we're going to go 11 to 30 hours. All right, so we're going to keep the same. Everything else is going to stay the same. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay, got a bunch of tokens. So we're going to start at the bottom this time around. So Kekius Maximus, not really interested because that meta seems to be gone now. Minsky, sure. Percentage Egg, okay. Colbert, all right, let's see here. Alpha Kek, all right, let's take a look. I think I opened that one, didn't I? All right, there we go. Autistic Individuals, we'll do that one. Olive Oil, all right, I remember her from Popeye, I think, right? Perpy, let's see, let's do that one. Rumors, sure. Okay, Based Baby Turbo, sure. Okay, so and we'll take a look at this one too. All right, here we go. What do we got going on? So let's adjust our times here. This one maybe start of an uptrend, maybe, but it doesn't have a Telegram. So remember, right now we're just scanning for the chart and Telegram. So we'll do that first before we do anything else. This one, don't really care for where the chart's going. All right, this one, let's look at 15 minutes. All right, they got a Discord on this one, not interested. This one, man, I really don't like this chart. I think this one's primed to go ahead and go down. So, but we'll keep it open anyway. This one, they got a Telegram, cool, going to 15 minutes. All right, this one, Olive Oil. All right, let's see here. This is a base token, but no Telegram. All right, Perpy, no socials. This one, Rumors, we do get a Telegram, thank the Lord. All right, so here we go. So a bit of an, definitely had an uptrend and a big spike, and then, so obviously there's some retracement now. Not sure if it'll head back up, but we'll definitely have a look. Baby Turbo, let's see here. It's 1 hour, 15 minutes. It doesn't look terrible. And Dogeus, and this one looks like it's toast. All right, so this is gone. Okay, so everything else I think is okay. All right, I got to cough real quick. All right, so let's take a look at the Telegram for AI Kek, I think is what this is. So, all right, so it doesn't look like we got a portal here. This looks like this is the channel. So, no buys. I see no buys. No buys, no buys. It's 4:30. Yeah, no buys in over an hour on this one. So this one's going to be one we're definitely not going to touch. So we're leaving this one alone. Okay, and I'm shocked that this is still staying here. So I don't know. My first thought, if it's been over an hour since the last buy and it's still hanging out here, if there's a heavy conviction about this token that I'm just not aware as to why, or this is some kind of scam, but either way, you're still getting some sells, here in the transaction area, but this same wallet here, I see 4 sells for it, or 5 actually. So I don't know, but we're gonna avoid this one. For this one, let's take a look, at their channel. So this is a raid. Okay, so yeah, okay. So, I mean, they've got some rating going on through this. This is a different kind of rating. Okay, CTO, last buy 542. This would be outside of my buy window. So because it's outside of my buy window, which if you're new, I have a 10-minute buy window. If there are no buys within 10 minutes, I don't particularly follow or mess with those tokens, so you can have your own, standard for, how you operate. But for me, no buys in 10 minutes, then I'm done. Okay. People tend to follow buys, and that means they follow activity. So you got to have activity, in order for people to continue to invest in your token. Otherwise, just going to go ahead and move on, to where the volume is in other tokens. And so that's pretty common behavior as far as crypto trading is concerned. So we're going to go back out, and we're going to close this out. So we're going to close this out. Rumors. Let's see what they got going on here. Okay, so we get a portal. All right, so let's see if we're actually going to be able to access this successfully. 45 members. Okay, so the last buy was at 610. That just came in. Okay, I don't see anything going on in terms of pinned messages, nothing going on in terms of rating, nothing going on in terms of trending. So this one, I believe, is probably headed towards retracement as well. So we're going to close this one out. All right, so this one, I'll go ahead and I'll set an under, but I do believe this is set to go under the current market cap, which is at 72. So we're going to make the trigger for, let's set it for 50K. That's going to be our indicator. So this is currently at 72. So there we go. That takes care of that one. And then for Baby Turbo, we get some buys, right here, trying to mitigate, the sells that came in. And then obviously they've got some kind of bot running, so with those little 1-cent buys. Okay, so let's take out the Telegram, see what's going on here. So it doesn't look like we get a portal, but we are getting buys. 610 was the last buy. Okay, so this token sniffer looks like they got a pretty decent score in token sniffer. Okay, and no evidence of rating, no evidence of trending. This is a base token. Okay, so just be aware of that. But doesn't look terrible. Okay, so this is where we are. Let's not jump ahead. It takes time to build. It's okay to take time. Right buyers will buy knowing the people behind are legit and doing it right. Phase 1, building the basics and implementing the necessary features to build a successful project. So there's the communication to the community. All right, so yeah. And here's a raid. Here's evidence of a raid, but I mean, they haven't had another one, since earlier today. So, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back over here, and we're going to go ahead and set some alerts on this one. So we're at 111 on the market cap. We'll set an over and an under. So this is going to be market cap. So on the over for 111, let's go ahead and set this for 130. Okay, all right, and then we're going to also put our posted market cap here. All right, so that's the over, and then on the under, let's see here, posted market cap. And on the under, let's see what we want to do. We're 111. It's not going to be a big deviation. Let's go ahead and set for 80K. It's just an indicator, so always keep that in mind. So that's going to close that out. So again, that's going to do it in terms of the review. That's going to do it in terms of discovery. Again, thank you so much for being here, even though I don't sound normal today, since I'm so nasally and I can hardly hear out of my ear. So everything's just weird today. But with that being said, I appreciate you just kind of navigating today's content with me. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to be traveling back home tomorrow. But I'm going to try to get another video out to you guys tomorrow before I got to get on a plane. Again, I hope you guys are getting some value out of the series. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Got a lot of folks that are watching but are not yet subscribed. I still continue to go ahead and put out community broadcasts, to anybody that's subscribed that gets those alerts. If you're not subscribed, you won't know about anything going on with me, in terms of what may delay a video or any other information that needs to get communicated. So there are benefits to subscribing. So make sure if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do. With that being said, thank you guys for watching as always, and you all enjoy the day and the new year. May it be prosperous for everybody in 2025. You guys take care. Bye-bye.